Listen, thanks everybody. It's really good to see your faces. I'm glad to see human beings out and about. Let's talk about some products now. Over here, we're going to discuss some surface prep products. So we're talking about a cementitious patch that can go up to, what's the RH factor on that? 25 pounds on the RH factor. So basically, a saturated floor, I can go over top of it with the patch. Now, I want to say this. It's not going to stop that moisture from continuing up, but it's not going to break down when it comes into contact with that moisture. And so that's a problem on a lot of jobs. So maybe you patch and then you do some sort of waterproofing or moisture proofing on top of that, and then you can go ahead and install the final flooring. We're also going to do a little competition. We have two self-levelers. Matter of fact, we're going to start with you two right now. So what this is this is a standard self-leveler on the right, and this is our new HFL, high-flow leveler. Like what we did there, HFL, high-flow leveler. A lot of meetings to get to those words. But a high-flow leveler is going to make it easier for the installer to push it around. Now, in a wide open area, I'm not concerned about that. But what happens is you also start going down small hallways, and you got to go into closets and different things like that. And some levels, you're fighting it as you're pushing it in there. You guys ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Now, look how quickly. This is not a matter of more water. This is a matter of putting better plasticizers in the product and allowing it to flow and slide across that floor. So I still get high compressive strengths with this product, but it flows out a lot faster. As you can see here, it hasn't even reached the corners. By the way, that's primer T that's down there. Anybody who's used our primer before for self-levelers, primer T used to be white and it would dry clear, and people couldn't see if they missed a spot. So we added a red or a pink to it, and now it's magenta? Yeah, magenta's the color. So now it's magenta, but it allows you to see where you're at with the leveler. With the primer. Again, this still hasn't reached the corners. Now, I'm not saying I don't want you to touch leveler, but I'm just saying with this product right here, I'm pouring it out. Literally, I can probably just hit it with the smoother instead of having to work it with the gauge rake and push it and move it around, especially when I'm pouring one batch, if I'm not using a pump, and I'm pouring one batch into the other to get those two to mix and blend so you don't see a line or a seam in there. This works great. It flows across there. And if you look really carefully, I don't know if you can get in here on the corner, but you'll see that this is just thicker. It has a thicker leading edge. Let's see, can you see it? Yeah, see how thick that little leading edge is? That's older technology right there, and it's the thinner that leading edge is, the better it's going to flow across. What Mike just went ahead and patched right here is a skim coating product that can go up to 25 pounds. Now, what Scott is doing here, that is an acrylic patch that you're going to put in a shower, and then you're going to put LVT in the shower. What? Wait a minute. I'm going to put what in the shower? Yeah, it's called Planiprep for LVT. Planiprep for LVT. So if you look here in the shower at the top right-hand corner, you're going to see there's ceramic tile on the top right-hand corner. The next thing that you're going to see here is that's where the skim coat is at, what Scott is putting down. I do 2 coats. The first coat I put down, let it dry, I come back and sand off any bumps in it. Second coat, I do the same thing, apply it and put it down. It's a single component. Then I go ahead and I use the adhesive and I put the vinyl. Now, why would I want to do something like that? You're like, dude, all the ceramic tile, this is what we want to do? Well, there's places for this. Hey, we'll just start simply. The first time I introduced this product, I had a guy who only did yachts. You know how much weight that saves out of a yacht? Then I had a guy who does airplanes. Now, I know these are exceptions. I also had a guy who buys houses and flips them. And he buys lower to middle income houses and flips them. So one bathroom had marble or had tile in it, but the other 2 bathrooms, this is what he went with. Heck, half the time when people buy a house, the first thing they do is they go in and they remodel the house. So this gets you a certificate of occupancy. There's lots of places, low-income housings, high-income housings, hotels, college dorms. There's a whole bunch of opportunities here. So if you're interested, come on in. We'll talk to you about the whole entire system. So Planiprep for LVT, it's an acrylic-based skim coat, comes in a bucket, it's ready to mix. That you mix it from a 10-pound and 25-pound bags, can go up to cover a slab that has 25 pounds of moisture coming through it. And here are this is a high flow leveler that's going to go ahead, make the job of smoothing it out a heck of a lot easier, especially getting around intricate corners and into closets and down hallways and things like that. These are solutions for flooring.